At Insurance and Estates, we love life insurance, and particularly whole life insurance, for a few important reasons that will be revealed in this short video. First, let's set the stage for some background to explore what we see is a systematic pattern of whole life mind control. In his book, Weapons of Mass Instruction, John Gatto, a veteran educator with over 30 years in public education, reveals a chilling trend in our education system that he feels was once aimed at forming competent thinkers, but has moved toward a brand of socialization and control for the purpose of creating compliant employees and dutiful consumers. How does this relate to whole life insurance? Whole life was once the go-to asset for retirement and wealth planning in the United States, used by the likes of Walt Disney and Ray Kroc to fund their historic entrepreneurial ventures. Interestingly, tracking with the major education shift referred to by Mr. Gatto and the movement toward consumerism, which gained traction in the mid-1900s, whole life has experienced a pattern of criticism for the last 60 years or so, instigated primarily, in our opinion, by those who benefit from the rampant consumer culture. Our logic is that whole life tends to run contrary to the modern-day consumerism that loves to traffic in bright and shiny objects, and a few related reasons, which are as follows. Number one, whole life doesn't tout magical double-digit returns. Whole life policies are typically undersold based upon the minimal guaranteed returns. Contrast this with market-based life insurance and other financial products like mutual funds, which tend to and are allowed to claim double-digit average returns. Number two, whole life is a reliable contract where the life insurance company bears the risk. Other types of market-based life insurance and basically all other Wall Street-based investments, even bonds, allocate the risk to, you guessed it, the consumer. Then they consistently coach the consumer to hang in there for the long game during downturns. Number three, whole life offers the long-term benefits of other valuable assets like real estate, offering liquidity, leverage, tax benefits, and in general, assuring the creation of wealth for generations to come. The chances are, though, you've already been schooled, so perhaps some objections are surfacing. Perhaps you're thinking whole life is expensive, buy term and invest the difference. But Dave Ramsey or Susie Orman said, you fill in the blank. First, these blanket objections are driven by tactics akin to those discussed in Mr. Gatto's book. They are not factual, but rather vague pronouncements that create a perception in an attempt to sway people away from whole life. Is whole life insurance expensive? Is a new Audi more expensive than a Toyota Prius? In the adult world, value equals expense. Whole life simply offers more value than the other touted alternatives for the reasons discussed. Is term life the best solution? Term life and other kinds of life insurance assuredly have their place. However, term life is renting a death benefit that will likely never be used. This is why life insurance companies like to sell term life. Invest the difference, so we're back to you and your family taking all the risk on magical projected double-digit returns. As for Dave and Susie and other financial entertainers, we simply offer a caution not to give boilerplate advice because these kinds of pronouncements could sway someone away who would benefit. Someone who, like all of us, is aging. Someone who may not qualify for more term life when the current term policy expires. Someone with declining health. Someone who needs stability or tax savings. And I could go on because most people can benefit in some way from a whole life policy. For all these reasons and more, we love whole life insurance at IND. To dive in deeper, you can check out and search our blog articles or other videos at InsuranceandEstates.com. Thanks for stopping by, and we look forward to connecting with you soon.